Welcome. It's Peter the Toit and Tsepo Masilela, and it's Talking Chiefs, brought to you by SoccerBeat. Tsepo, I'd like to look at this game against free agents. We've heard all the jokes that Chiefs were playing themselves. They're free agents themselves and so on. But let's get serious here. Let's look at this in three. I'd like to look at this victory in three ways. One, as a Nedbank Cup game. Two, what it tells us more about the Chiefs team. And thirdly, the effect it'll have on the Derby next week, which is like a cup final in itself for Kaizer Chiefs. So let's look at it purely from a Nedbank Cup point of view. Your take?
No, from the Nedbank Cup point of view, it's job well done. They through to the next round. I would think, looking at the game, the coach had a couple of objectives. Was to firstly go through to the next round and try, manage the squad. Meaning you want to give players that haven't played, some minutes, and there's guys coming back from injuries on restricted minutes, maybe from the medical team. You want to give them their 45 minutes. So, and rest the guys with 3 yellow cards. You're looking at the Derby game coming on the weekend. So I think they ticked all the boxes today and they through to the next round. That's what's important.
What's your view on how the guys they brought in played, and Sereno in the second half as well? Did they stake a claim for the Derby, or was it just getting fitness?
I think we saw a happy Mashiane, we saw a Novo that hasn't played in a long time as starters, and then we saw Sereno later in the game. Definitely Sereno, if I would say he's a starter looking in the coming game, the Derby. And the only negative today for them, I would guess, they lost Duba, and it looked like a serious knee injury. That was the only negative from the game.
And also good to see Ranga getting on the score sheet. Obviously did his confidence. He could have had a second, I think, as well. Do you think? I thought this could have been a game that Zwane could have come on, because he can hold the ball and play it around a bit. Do you not think it was a game for him?
Yeah, it was a game for him, but if I'm not mistaken, I think he's on 3 yellow cards. I stand to be corrected. I heard the assistant coach, after the game mentioning a couple of names that players on 3 yellow cards. Maybe they're looking at they've got one eye on the Derby. They don't want to risk it.
Yeah, good point. And Modi, what did you think? I mean, 2 goals. You take a claim for the Derby. If you're starting Sereno, are you playing him wide right and Vilakazi on the bench?
But Modi, especially in the first half, he was by far their most dangerous player. It's no coincidence that he got a brace in this game. It was more direct. It was the puller Modi that I know, from Kaizer and from Arrows. He was running at defenders, giving them problems, headaches. One-on-one, he was taking them on. That's what you want to see from a winger. And I think the first half performance, top class. I'm sure his name is somewhere there.
But where would you play him? Because if you playing starting Sereno, which I would definitely start Sereno, the whole team buzzes when he's playing. The crowd buzzes when he gets the ball, especially in a Derby. He's experienced against big teams, big games. He's a big game player. Would you play Vilakazi, or would you play Modi wide right?
I would start with Modi, keep Vilakazi for later on in the game. Because if you look at the guys up front, Sereno, I'm not sure if he can play a full 90 minutes after coming back from an injury, and we haven't seen him do in the past 2 games now. He hasn't played. So you're going into the game knowing that maybe there's guys that can give you a good 60 minutes. And you will have to make some sub. But I will start Modi on the same position on the left.
And if you look at it, this is equal the highest, the biggest victory for Nabi. The last victory was also 4-0 against SuperSport, also in a cup game. So good signs before a big game like a Derby. It's a cup game, job done, won it. You don't get extra points for scoring 10 goals or anything like that. They're not that easy games playing against small teams like this. But job done. They got the points, so to speak, and they're in the next round. But let's take a quick break, and I want to talk to you about a few things that I think that Kaizer Chiefs have got to look at if they want to do well against Orlando Pirates. See you after the break.
Golden liquid pouring, gold splashing, gold swirling. Waves of gold foaming, cut to reveal more gold. It's easy to make a beer that looks gold, but to make a beer that wins gold, that's a different story. Carling Black Label, Africa's most awarded beer.
Welcome back. It's Peter du Toit and Tsepo Masilela, and we're talking Kaizer Chiefs, and we're talking after the good win against free agents. 4-0, one of Nabi's biggest victories, well, equal big victory after beating, I think it was SuperSport, as we said earlier. So, on the positive, they're in the next round. One point, though, Tsepo, that I think this Kaizer Chiefs team lacks. And we all know about Nabi ball, and the team plays off the front foot in their attack. My concern is that they don't keep the ball. And they look like a one-trick pony team, if I want to be harsh, that every time they get it, you know they're going to go forward. And yes, they don't have a midfielder in the middle of the park, you know, like a Shaba. Well, Shaba could do it, but Sipiwe Chabalala or Dr. Kumalo, Ace Kuze, Shoes Mashwe, the kind of player who can get it, give it, get it back, make the team play. That could draw this team like free agents out. And, you know, when you play against a team like Pirates, you can't keep going forward and lose the ball easily. You've got to be able to frustrate them by keeping the ball. And towards the end of the game, obviously playing against 10 man, I saw Chiefs doing that. On the 44th minute, I saw 2-3 players keep ball on the left-hand side, and they actually created a goal-scoring opportunity. They've got the players who can keep ball, but it seems to be in their head every time they get it flat out forward. And I just worry when they play teams like Pirates and even Sundowns and smaller teams, you've got to keep the ball. It's also a traditional way of Kaizer Chiefs playing. So yes, you must attack. Yes, you must go on the front foot, but I just worry that everybody knows they're going to do that, and you'll eventually win it back and then catch them. How can they fix that? Is it something they should even worry about, or is it too late, or it's not in his nature? What's your view on it?
It's a good point that is mentioned. You know, they don't look like a team that dominates, controls the middle of the park. You know, dominate, play, and control with the middle two or middle three. You know, playing in the center. But again, if you look at the Nabi's team, they do score. You know, maybe the coach wants, you know, a team that always wants to create chances. So it puts them in the position of taking the lead, or, you know, come winning the game 3-2, 2-1. He doesn't mind. You know, he looks like a coach that wants to attack, wants to be on the front foot by always attacking the opposition. You know, so maybe it's a case of, you know, something that they are born from training, Peter. As much as when you watch a game, you're like, oh, but most things in a soccer team, they are born from training. That's where you learn these things. That's how we get the understanding, the coaching, you know, how the team plays, your role as a midfielder. You know, I need to take this position when we build up, when on the attack, you know. So I think Nabi is a coach that wants goals, and he wants to play on the attack, wants to create chances.
So I agree with you fully, and I think I'll best explain this two ways. On the positive side, I love the way Nabi has Chiefs playing off the front foot, and that they attack and attack and attack. Because when you watch Chiefs play, you know you're going to see an attacking game, and I like that. And I like it 100%. And I prefer that to what I watched in Chiefs in the last maybe 6, 7, 8 years. I can't even remember. So credit to that. On the negative side of that, I don't know if this team is yet good enough to play against everybody in that way. And I just worry that knocks the confidence out of them when they play a team that is clearly much better than them, like a Chiefs, like a Sundowns or a Pirates, and that they could struggle by just going at them and leave themselves open at the back and get a 4-0 hiding that they got previously against Sundowns. And I worry about them doing that as for Chiefs fans, doing that against Pirates at the Derby. And I'm going to come back to that. I'll use a boxing analogy. Mike Tyson came out the ring flat out from the first second. And he had that ability. He could take on anybody in his prime and knock you out. So he attacked from the first second. You look at Muhammad Ali, my favorite boxer ever, and I love boxing. Muhammad Ali came out and he could play it any which way. He could let you hit him, catch you on the counter. He could attack you. He was super quick as he got older. So you never knew what he was going to do next because all of it was in his locker. And the only thing I'm saying, I think this Chiefs team needs one other game plan in their locker. That when it's not working, when people are playing all behind the ball like this team, they can hold it for a while. Or if they're in trouble, that they get in a bit of a hiding, and which could happen possession-wise, that they then win the ball back and they keep it for a while and they wait for the opening. That's my only criticism of it. But let's jump straight to the derby. I did a great show with you. I really enjoyed it with Morgan, and you guys made 6 very good points where you felt that Chiefs could get Pirates. And I watched the Richards Bay game, and definitely Pirates at the back look a little bit suspect. The goal that Richards Bay scored was from poor marking and an error down the left-hand side, all in the box. Centre backs not dealing with it well enough. In fact, they could have had another goal earlier. I think it was in the first half or straight after that. I can't remember. When the ball went right across 2 strikers, missed it.
2 strikers, yes.
Chiefs are good going forward. If they attack them down the flanks, I think they've got a good chance of beating Pirates, even though Pirates are an absolutely superb team and on paper definitely a better side, and on form definitely a better side. How do you think Pirates, do you think they're going to do anything about it, or do you think they'll come out and play their normal game and say, Chiefs, good luck?
No, Pirates, they'll come out and play their normal game, Peter. I've got no doubt about that. They'll come out play their normal game where they want to push their fullbacks high, aggressive, join their attack, try cause problems for Kaizer Chiefs. And if you look at the chances Richards Bay got in that game, it's when they lose position and you can go at them with speed, you find that they are not organized. That's when you have a better chance of scoring Orlando Pirates. When you find the defense not organized on counter, So Chiefs, they do have the ability, they do have the players.
I also think that if one thing Chiefs are going to have to be very careful about is Mofokeng's movement. Because if you look at both of the Pirates' goals, Mofokeng got the ball outside the box in a central position. Mabasa was wide left as an option, but Tito came from basically central late to the left to get the ball, and both goals came from the right wingers burst down the right-hand side. So that's going to be they've got to really concentrate at the back. And does the fullback, so I'm asking you this, does the Chiefs right back Frosler, does he follow Mofokeng into a central centre-back position, or does he pass him on? But the problem for those 2 centre-backs will be that even if Frosler comes in, Hotto's free down the side, Mabasa moved into that space. They've got other players who can move into that space as well, so that's a big space coming in late. But if Frosler doesn't come inside, you've got 2 centre-backs having to mark Mabasa. Keep an eye on the ball that's coming from the right-hand side, covering the fullback, and they've got Tito coming in. How do you stop that? I mean, 2 goals coming from, it's not the first time Pirates scored from that.
Definitely, I wouldn't advise, for Fosler to follow him all the way to the middle. I'm against that. Me personally, I'm against that. You have to work with your 2 holding midfielders, and it will depend on the setup. Do they have 1 sitting, or do they have 2 sitting on the day Kaizer Chiefs? So they will have to communicate more. Because what if you follow him all the way to the middle and you have Otto? So now you're forcing your right wing to come all the way to your box and defend. So it's gonna be tough. But the 2 guys that will be key, the 2 holding midfielders, the number 6 and 8, and the right centre back. They have to be a lot of communication. It's gonna be it's a sold out game. So you'll also understand that it's tough to pass on the message on time, and the stadium is buzzing. So it's something that they'll have to work on. That they'll have to be aware. This is a big game. So concentration levels have to be up there for everyone.
So that we've identified the one big weakness that the Chiefs are going to have to be aware of, or the one big problem, I should say, the Chiefs are going to be aware of, the movement of Mofokeng. I think one thing that Chiefs could do, because they do press relatively well, is if they can press Tito, if and when he picks the ball up in his own half, they've got to press him quickly, and in fact almost like let him be available for the ball, and when they see that he's going to get it, press quickly, because he does tend to hold on to it. He wants a touch or 2, and I've noticed, I think it was against, in the start of the season, it could have been against Cape Town City, where he got caught in the exact same position. He often gets caught just inside his own half in the kind of 8 position, in the old inside right. And if Chiefs are aware, I'm sure they are aware of it, they should be closing him. To win this game, they've got to close him down quickly in those areas to try and win that ball, and then they'll get through, which Richards Bay almost scored from one. And then secondly, that Mofokeng threat, wherever he is on the pitch, but when he comes into the middle, that's where they score goals. And I'm not sure if you've given them the answer, though, Tsepo, on that one. But okay, any other words? Any good luck to your former team? What's your message? What's your message to Nabi and the boys?
No, it's obviously it's a big occasion for the boys. You don't have to play the occasion. Just enjoy the game. Go out there with the proper game plan and execute the plan. And we know everyone is saying Pirates is gonna have it easy on the day, but believe me, Peter, in derby games, the past results or form, it counts for nothing. And it's going to be a big occasion, and we wish the boys all the best.
Correct.
And Nabi, it's his first derby, in South Africa. So also for him and his coaching, it's going to be a wonderful experience for everyone involved.
Good. Well, he's been in big games before. So I promise you guys, the whole week we're going to be focused on the derby. There are a lot more shows coming on the derby, so please stay tuned. We'll see you again. Take him out, Tsepo.
Thank you, SoccerBeat lovers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. See you soon.
Love you guys. Enjoy the week. We look forward to the big game on the weekend.